This is from the St. Catherine South Special Office. As you can see, these 3 units are a South unit, and we are in the West right now, assisting with care packages. We have 50 packages in this vehicle. Over here we have water and juice, and over here we have another 50 care packages. So we are doing what we can, how we know to do it in the South. Here are 5 on a wall. High five moment, and if you can assist, do the same. I'm out. Black River area, and give them a 360. Let them see what I go on. I'll come back.
Yeah, man, you can see everything, man. I see it, you know.
So as we were saying, we're in the Black River here right now, and what we are seeing on the media is minimal to what we are seeing in person. Devastated. Total demolition. So, you know the medium, you know where to donate. Reach out to the relevant agencies and donate what you can. Because down here is a total catastrophe. Damages, building flattened to the ground, people without food, water, baby are without necessities. People are suffering as we speak in this area. So reach out to the agencies and donate what you can. Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. Well, people, everybody know what happened a couple of days ago. Hurricane Melissa, Category 5, hit Jamaica, and everything have been totally demolished. Well, not totally, but pretty much. So it's good to see that persons are coming out. We see that the stars, they are coming out and they're making their donations. We've seen it all being posted on social media. Like a wise man said before, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So therefore, each person do what they can. And we see that the police is not only doing their job in keeping us safe and secure, but they're also being involved in charitable organization, charitable deeds in a time like this where it is much needed. So we want to applaud the police for doing a great job keeping us safe and also showing a bit of humanity, point blank and period.
Today is Thursday, 30th of October. I'm touring the Newport Division with Councillor Bryce, continuing our assessment of damage from Melissa. I have met the mother of Jaden Smith, Andreen Peart, and I'm using this opportunity to remind people that he is still not been found. I want to, in all the confusion around Melissa, I don't want him to be forgotten, and I want to give his mother a chance to make a direct appeal to the public. Go ahead.
Okay, everyone, not because belly is blue, but that now was through the memory of my son. He's my fourth child. Next month, the 13th of November, 23 of November, will be 13-year old, but he's not forgetting. I love my son so much. Even if I could not just see him for the last time. Just, no, there's no more Jaden. But still,
We have hope.
me I want
We have hope.
chance. The rest of them I may have. In life, nothing can bring him back. Nothing. Money can't bring him back. House can't bring him back. Can and nothing. Thank you very much.
All right.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based off the video that you just saw was released a couple of days ago on or about the 30th of October 2025. You saw that was the mother of Jaden Smith, 12-year-old that was missing a couple of weeks ago, maybe about 5 to 6 weeks, don't quote me. Now people, when we see this, we get a gentle reminder that Jamaica is filled with a whole bunch of tragedy. For about 4 to 5 weeks or so, Jaden was in the news every day, Persons, meaning bloggers, was riding on Jaden Smith's name for the news, for the views, and maybe just to bring awareness, maybe that hoping that they would find him. So we can always come to the conclusion now that more than likely Jaden Smith is not in some bush hiding like Bigfoot. More than likely, if somebody have Jaden Smith, they are doing a hell of a job of holding him without anybody being aware. And worse, most disturbingly, the most logical conclusion that anybody would come to is that more than likely Jaden Smith is not alive as I speak. And people, I want to keep hope alive, but I always say hope for the best and expect the worst. And the worst thing is that whomever, if somebody did take him away, which I think they did, family members to be specific, not calling any name, if they did take him away and hide him, put him in a some sort of grave, whatever the circumstances are, more than likely, that family member is going to be getting away with MURDER, missing and takeaway of this youth. And again, like I said, I want to keep hope alive. However, the likely possibility that he's still alive as I speak, especially with this hurricane, category 5, especially with this flooding, especially since the time that he has been missing, people, the future looks kind of dim. The sad thing is that more than likely, somebody is going to more than likely get away with the takeaway of this youth's life. Point blank and period.
Long story short, what's supposed to be something good, turning out that your life can be in danger. You can put in your life in danger when you try to help out, when you try to help out. Now I get to understand that some group of people organize and then put stuff together, food and all the necessities that people need. And on their way to Westmoreland, some bed bugs, me not call them gunman, me call them bed bugs, pose like them need help on the roadside. And when they stop to assist, a lot of bed bugs jump out of the bush and stick them up and take everything away from them, their phones, money, every single thing, the food supplies, every single thing. And they said they're doing it because they are hungry. Now, whenever you're helping, you decide you want to show your GoFundMe and you want to get food stuff and, do whatever you're doing, you know, just exercise caution or try get two police to assist you. I think you should go to the nearest police station and get some form of escort because it's crazy right now.
Good morning, UCCF. I would have extended the invitation to go to St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland today. I'm still on the highway coming back, right? Do not go down there if you don't have to, or if you don't have a security. Don't get up in a group of women, or do not go down there unless you are going to somebody directly. All right, and do not go down there for the whole photo shoot business. This is serious business we're dealing with. I have never seen this in my life before. A movie alone, me see these things. You're passing, and people, children are shooting out their hands and say, "Please, because some water. Me hungry. Please, me I beg you." And these people are people we couldn't even drive by, but we have to drive past some of these people. It is not for the weak of heart. I will not encourage you guys to go down there on your own, right? If you want to get stuff and give it to the men for them to bring down there. So this is also for the women as well. Not saying that women aren't needed, but we don't think we need no women down there at this point. All right, get the things, them ladies, and get the man them, because we also need people to clean out the roadway. Don't they stink, right? like a lot of dead animals. I don't know if people near them dead things about down there stink. And it's going to be a very traumatic experience for you guys. So please do not go down there. I tell you, it's crazy. It is really crazy. It's a good thing I was in my uniform and I was escorted by my fellow soldiers and police officers. Alright, else I would have still been down there stuck in traffic and all that. Persons are robbing persons, right? Taking away the things out of the vehicle. If you stop people just running, jump out, lick out your glass and go out the things them. It is very serious. Alright, so do not think this is a joke thing. It is very, very, very dangerous and serious down that side.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based on the audio that you just heard. Dire situation that is in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, places like those. Where persons doing humanitarian stuff, doing good for a bad situation are being taken advantage of. Now people, most Jamaicans are good, but you have Jamaicans, criminal elements that are persons that you deem to be criminals of opportunity. They never cease to amaze us or disappoint us with the way that when persons are down, they are throwing salt in the wounds, they are stepping on persons' head. So therefore, in this case, the good will have to suffer for the bad. This is going to deter a whole bunch of persons from doing what they feel is right within their heart, to be charitable, to be humanitarian. Now, people, when the police catch people like these in the act, set up sting and bust them, they should bust their head, meaning literally send them to the afterlife, for trying to hinder persons trying to help persons in times of need. Point blank and period.
Huh?
You lived in one of the houses here?
Yeah, the one I did burned up, I lose everything.
What happened? You recall what happened?
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
Me in the house I cook and me and them about fire. And by the time if you take out the something them the fire just blaze and talk tear down. I buy one bed set over there for 120,000, everything gone. And I have nothing. Not even a suit of clothes in me and the baby. Everything burn.
So we're in Almond Town in central Kingston, and property here, 8 Heroes Circle in central Kingston, has been destroyed by fire. About how many houses was located inside and houses were located inside?
We can't even explain. Can't even tell you. Second time in not even a year.
So you the same property, there was a fire there already earlier this year,
Yeah.
and you rebuild it after that. What caused the fire today?
I don't know, you know. I cook. I'm here fire, I'm run out with the baby.
No.
Feel devastated. Left out, come and lose everything.
You remember what happened?
Huh?
You remember what happened earlier when it
Well,
burned?
me in there, I see smoke and me them say fire. I'm a run out. I go up on top of the building. I go up on top of the building. I see fire around at the back of the section around there. So a blaze come up. And by the time I come down half I let them come back at my doorway. I couldn't enter in my room. So not even my phone or nothing I couldn't see.
Now, the next thing that is popping in the news based on the video that you just saw is of a fire that destroyed 12 dwellings in an Alman town. That is Hero Circle, 8 Hero Circle, I think, address that they gave. It seems as if what they say is true. When it rains, and it pours, and it pours, and it rains. And Jamaica have been going through some tragedy. Not to equate this fire at Alman Town to what took place as it pertains to Melissa, but we see that it is still devastating for persons, especially the fact that most of the persons that got hit in a Melissa of person in the lower socio-economic bracket. Such is the case right here again, people. I think that in this case, more than likely you're going to hear that is either some little picnic catch it on fire or maybe stolen light, meaning electricity. Don't know what the circumstances are, whatever it is or are. All of the people that are there are not supposed to suffer for one person's or persons problem or fault or reason, the motive for why the fire was started. So at the end of the day, all that we can say is that this is very tragic. Tragic, tragic, tragic. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a very graphic video that has been making its round on social media, which is said to have taken place in a place known as Rockford. The motive for it is based on some discrepancies, some sorts of confrontation at the KFC in Rockford, right upon the main road as you drive to go towards the airport. It is said that that discrepancy, that confrontation, then further led to a premises where a man was seen laying on the ground, face down, one hand maybe about 10 feet away, the next hand maybe about 30 feet away. When you look on the ground, it seems as if everything red leak out on body. You could see the splatter on the wall. You could see all sorts of wounds in his neck, meaning that not only did they take off his hand, they also clot him up a couple of times with a bill or a machete. They wanted to send a clear and precise message. Most persons are saying that whenever you see anything like this in any sorts of garrison, it means that somebody stole something and somebody want to send a very clear message that, listen, this will not be tolerated. If you do this, this is going to happen. You're going to not only lose your two arms, you're also going to lose your life in a very bad way. In this video that I saw, it looked like Chucky and Leatherface passed through. It was a total mass, you know exactly what I mean, that artist spelled the correct way, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, within all the tragedy and despair, there's a silver lining within the dark clouds. Where it is confirmed, the young lady that you see on this, Elise Miles, taken from Bridgeport maybe about an hour or so. Family became frantic, reported to the police that a pro box with a man driving took her away, abducted her. Police put out an APB, meaning all points bulletin, traced back the vehicle, found the vehicle in a very bad community in a Clarendon. So therefore, she was taken from Bridgeport, I am assuming, and found in a Clarendon. Now, people, with all the tragedy that we see with the Jaden Smith, with the Melissa, and with so much person's house burning down, 53 or so, 12 dwellings, maybe a couple of family, it is good to finally see something that started bad but ended well. So people, we have to give thanks because usually when we hear that these little picnic get taken away, after about the first 24, 48 hours, it is usually doom and gloom. However, like I said, it's good to see a silver lining within the dark clouds. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, we saw that maybe about a year ago or so, the government of Jamaica, JLP, Andrew Holness, through the Minister of Finance, made a decision that was questionable at the time when they decided that they were going to take out a catastrophe bond that if any hurricane, not just any hurricane, a category 5 hurricane hit Jamaica and destroyed Jamaica, they would get a payout of about 150 million US dollar. At the time, a lot of persons were questioning it, saying that what you're going to pay is a whole bunch, and if no category 5 hit, then Jamaica is going to lose. The public's purse is going to be used, meaning recklessly. Well, people, it seems as if the government of Jamaica was thinking wisely or they now look like a genius. And we saw that some conspiracy theorists and some detractors, some critics of the government was out and they were saying that the government of Jamaica conspired with some people in the United States to destroy Jamaica, destroy St. Elizabeth, so that they can get their city for 2030. Well, people, you and I know, anybody with an iota of sense know that that is stupid. I am going to let a lady that seems to know what she's speaking about explain everything about this bond, and then I'll give my piece.
Jamaica is about to get approximately 150 million US dollars following Hurricane Melissa. Sounds like a blessing, right? But the catch is somebody somewhere just lost that money. Welcome to the storm economy, where investors, they hedge and they bet on disaster affecting islands like Jamaica so they can make money. It's called a catastrophe bond, or a CAT bond for short. And that is a part of the Jamaican government's risk management kind of diversification strategy, where they purchase this bond, which is like a form of insurance, where investors put up the principal. Jamaica pays a premium, just like a regular insurance policy. If no major hurricane hits the island, then those investors get their principal back in full, plus interest, which is usually around 6 to 10%. Sweet deal. If a major hurricane hits the island, however, then those investors lose their money. The hurricane has to meet certain specifications like wind speed, or the pressure system needs to be below a certain level. Those metrics have to be met in order for the bond to be triggered. Now, Hurricane Melissa met all of those metrics and more. So for anybody wondering, was it a really bad hurricane? It was the worst. Our pain and disaster have now become commodities that can be traded, or tragedy has become a trading activity. That 150 million US dollars is disaster aid. It's not development aid. And it usually is kind of like first responder money. It's paid out quickly. There is no assessment that's being done over months, and is usually intended to help with that emergency relief, clearing the roads, putting the electricity back on, the essential services back on, while the country waits for maybe donations from other countries and other forms of insurance policies that they would have held for disasters like this. It sounds like a lot of money, but already early reads on the cost to repair all the damage that has been done on the island will be about maybe 2 to 5 billion US dollars. The infrastructural damage alone is estimated to cost maybe 800 million US dollars. That cat bond of 150 million US dollars will probably only make up 4 to 5% of the total amount of disaster aid that we will need. I know some investors this morning are not happy. They have lost their money. The cat bond was paid out to Jamaica at 100% because of how serious Hurricane Melissa was. But think of all the premium Jamaica would have paid on that insurance policy over the past 2 to 3 years. Who is really winning? Is it the island affected, or is it the investors?
So now, people, like I said, when the government of Jamaica, Andrew Holness and Dr. Nigel Clark decided that they were going to take out this catastrophe bond, a lot of persons were bashing them. But it seems as if they had some sorts of prediction. They had some sorts of, they went against the odds, the pros and the cons, and they decided that, listen, if a hurricane such as Melissa ever hit, Jamaica will not be coming back. So based on what this lady is saying, that $150 million is going to be about 45% of what we would need to get back to where we were at square one. Not development, just bring us back to where we were at square one. However, when you check the pros and the cons, how much did they pay on the premium to get that bond over 2 to 3 years, or however long that premium or that contract was for? People, me no know. All I know is that Jamaica needs every help that it can get. And the last thing that we want is the persons who are responsible then taking from that catastrophe band and making it a bigger catastrophe upon the catastrophe. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.